The lights of Arthur Ashe Stadium shone on a transformed Carlos Alcaraz. The energy in the air was electric, as if everyone sensed something different was about to unfold. Alcaraz, always a crowd favorite, now carried an aura of reinvention as he stepped onto the court. Gone were his signature curls, replaced by a sharp military-style buzz cut. The change was striking, almost shocking, and it immediately set the tone for the night. It was as if he had shed his old skin, emerging with a new sense of purpose. The 22-year-old, already a 5-time Grand Slam champion, looked more intense than ever. His eyes burned with focus, and his body language radiated confidence. Every movement hinted at a player who was not just ready to compete, but determined to dominate. This wasn't just a haircut. It was a statement. Alcaraz was telling the world that he was here to make headlines, both for his game and his bold new look. The buzz cut was a declaration of intent, a visual cue that he was entering this tournament with a fresh mindset. Alcaraz was signaling a new chapter for his US Open campaign. With every step onto the court, he seemed to leave behind the weight of expectations and past victories, focusing only on the battles ahead. The buzz cut gave him an intimidating edge, a stark contrast to his usual boyish charm. It was a look that demanded respect, and even his opponents seemed to take notice of the transformation. Cameras zoomed in, social media exploded, and fans everywhere asked, "What's the story behind this look?" The internet was abuzz with theories, memes, and admiration for his fearless style change. The change was so dramatic, some barely recognized him. For a moment, it was as if a new player had arrived on the scene, ready to rewrite the script of the tournament. His focused expression and fierce eyes told the story. He was leaving doubts and pressures behind. The transformation was more than skin deep. It was a reflection of his mental reset and renewed hunger for victory. In a recent interview, he spoke about the mental challenges of staying at the top. He admitted that the pressure can be overwhelming, but emphasized the importance of finding new ways to stay motivated and sharp. This new look felt like a physical reset for the grueling weeks ahead in New York. It was a way to mark a new beginning, to clear his mind and focus on the present moment, match by match. As the match began, the conversation was split between his tennis and his hair. Commentators speculated about whether the new look would bring a new level of aggression to his game, while fans debated if this was the start of a new era for Alcaraz. Alcaraz, seeded number 2, was introducing a new version of himself to the world. He was no longer just the young prodigy. He was a champion evolving before our eyes, unafraid to take risks both on and off the court. The buzz cut was more than style. It was a symbol of his mindset, streamlined, powerful, and ready for battle. It was a reminder that sometimes change is the spark that ignites greatness. The stage was set for a memorable night under the New York lights, with Carlos Alcaraz ready to show the world just how fierce a fresh start can be. The reaction to Alcaraz's haircut was instant and global. Within hours, news outlets from Tokyo to Buenos Aires were buzzing about the bold new look. It wasn't just tennis fans who noticed. Celebrities, athletes, and even fashion critics weighed in, debating whether this was a style risk or a stroke of genius. The world seemed united in curiosity, and everyone wanted to know what inspired this dramatic change. Fellow players like Francistiafoe couldn't resist poking fun at the look, calling it horrible, but always with a smile and a sense of camaraderie. The locker room was filled with laughter and playful banter, as teammates and rivals alike shared their own stories of questionable haircuts and bold choices. Even golf superstar Rory McIlroy got in on the fun, stopping Alcaraz courtside to ask, "Why this?" before giving his enthusiastic approval. The moment went viral, showing just how far the buzz had spread beyond the tennis world. The message was clear. Sometimes, a fresh start is exactly what champions need. A new look can signal a new mindset, a renewed focus, and a willingness to embrace change, no matter what the critics say. But the real verdict came from the Arthur Ashe crowd, where anticipation was electric. Fans craned their necks for a glimpse of Alcaraz's transformation as he stepped onto the court. During his on-court interview, Alcaraz couldn't resist asking the fans directly if they liked his new look, grinning as he awaited their response. The stadium erupted in cheers. New York loved it, the energy was contagious, and the approval was overwhelming. Social media lit up with memes, hot takes, and side-by-side comparisons. Hashtags trended worldwide as fans and commentators shared their opinions, jokes, and admiration for Alcaraz's boldness. One fan said, "Alcaraz just gained 10 times more aura," while others praised his confidence and willingness to stand out. Another admitted, didn't even recognize him at first, highlighting just how dramatic the change really was. The transformation was dramatic, and the buzz cut quickly became a cultural moment, one that transcended tennis and entered the world of pop culture. Fans saw it as a sign of a new, even more focused Alcaraz, ready to take on any challenge with renewed determination. The haircut wasn't just a style change, it was a statement of intent, a signal that Alcaraz was embracing the pressure and expectations that come with greatness. The world was watching, and Alcaraz had everyone's attention. In that moment, his new look became more than just a haircut. It became a symbol of confidence, resilience, and the spirit of a true champion. While his hair made headlines, Alcaraz faced a towering challenge, Riley Opelka. At 6'11", Opelka's serve is one of the most feared in tennis. Returning it is like trying to solve an impossible puzzle. His height and wingspan make him a wall at the net, forcing pinpoint accuracy from opponents. To beat Opelka, you need patience, focus, and mental toughness. Alcaraz knew he'd get few chances to break serve. The key, hold his own serve, stay sharp, and wait for rare opportunities. Losing focus for a moment could cost the set. With all eyes on his new look, Alcaraz had to block out the noise and solve the Opelka riddle. The match would test his tactical intelligence and composure under relentless pressure. From the first point, Alcaraz showed he wouldn't be intimidated. Both players held serve early, but Alcaraz matched Opelka's power with his own. The breakthrough came in the fifth game. Alcaraz found an opening, extended rallies, and broke serve with a brilliant passing shot. The crowd erupted, momentum shifted. Alcaraz stayed laser-focused, holding serve with efficiency and confidence. He didn't face a single breakpoint after that. Serving for the set at 5-4, he closed it out to love. 6-4, first set Alcaraz. It was a masterclass in patience and execution. He absorbed Opelka's power, capitalized on his chance, and sent a message: he was here to dominate. The foundation for victory was set. The new look wasn't just for show, his tennis was doing the talking. Alcaraz had seized control. The second set was a mental battle, a true test of nerves and resilience for both players. Opelka raised his level and both players held serve through quick games. The intensity on the court was palpable, with neither player willing to give an inch. At 2-3, Alcaraz faced 2 breakpoints, the first real threat of the set. The pressure was mounting, and the crowd held its breath. He saved both with a big serve and a forced error, letting out a fierce "Vamos!" as the crowd roared. It was a pivotal moment that showcased his determination. The set returned to a tense pattern, inching toward a tiebreak. Each point was fiercely contested, with both players displaying incredible skill and focus. Alcaraz stayed patient, waiting for his chance. He knew that opportunities would come if he maintained his composure and played smart. At 5-6, he read Opelka's serve, extended rallies, and earned a crucial breakpoint. The tension was at its peak, and the crowd was on the edge of their seats. He seized it, then calmly served out the set, 7-5. His poise under pressure was remarkable, and it was clear he was in the zone. Alcaraz had weathered the storm and was now in command. His confidence was growing with each point, and he looked unstoppable. His mental strength shone through in the clutch moments. He demonstrated why he is considered one of the most promising talents in the sport. He'd faced pressure, held his nerve, and taken a 2-set lead. It was a masterclass in handling high-stakes situations. The crowd sensed he was closing in. Alcaraz's focus never wavered. Every shot, every move was calculated and precise. The finish line was in sight. Victory was within his grasp, and he was determined to seize it. With a 2-set lead, Alcaraz could see victory, but he stayed locked in. The third set mirrored the first two. Both players held serve, tension mounting. Alcaraz's consistency wore on Opelka, and he began returning with more confidence. At 4-all, Alcaraz elevated his game, chased down every ball, and earned a break point. He converted, leading 5-4 and serving for the match. With the crowd behind him, he raced to 3 match points. On the first, he unleashed a forehand winner down the line. Game, set, match. Alcaraz triumphed 6-4, 7-5, 6-4. It was a clinical, composed performance. He sealed his place in the next round. The new Alcaraz had arrived. Beating Opelka in straight sets takes a special performance. Alcaraz delivered. He focused on attacking Opelka's second serve, stepping in and putting the American on the defensive. His own serve was rock solid, mixing placements and keeping Opelka guessing. Alcaraz saved both breakpoints he faced with courage and precision. His movement and defense turned rallies in his favor, forcing Opelka into errors. He was a relentless wall, absorbing power and redirecting it with creativity. Most impressive was his mental strength. He broke serve late in each set, raising his level when it mattered. Alcaraz never panicked, stuck to his plan, and executed with maturity. This was the performance of a true champion. He showed why he's one of the best in the world. The buzz cut was just the beginning. His tennis did the rest. In his on-court interview, Alcaraz was humble and gracious. He credited Opelka for a tough match and admitted it was hard to find his rhythm. "I'm just really happy with what I did today," he told the crowd, beaming. The conversation turned to his haircut. Alcaraz let the fans decide. "Do you like it?" he asked, and the stadium roared its approval. The moment showed his special connection with fans, intense competitor, charismatic entertainer. He made the crowd feel part of his journey. The victory and his humor set a confident tone for the tournament. Alcaraz had handled the pressure and the buzz with style. He left the court in control of his game and the narrative. The journey was off to a perfect start. With a convincing win, Alcaraz now looks to the next challenge. Italy's Mattia Bellucci. Every Grand Slam opponent is a test, and Alcaraz's team will prepare a strategy. The goal: win and advance, one match at a time. As a five-time major champion, he returns to Flushing Meadows with experience and hunger. His focus on mental strength is paying off, as shown against Opelka. The buzz cut symbolizes his fresh start and grounded mindset. The road ahead is long, but Alcaraz has momentum, crowd support and belief. The next chapter of his US Open journey is just beginning.